Cold, blustery evening around here. We've got 48 in Alabaster. The wind out of the west at 12 makes it feel like it's in the low 40s with a cloudy sky. Some of the latest wind gusts, it's gusted to 30 at Alabaster, 37 Birmingham, 31 Jasper, 24 Gadsden, 29 Anniston. And it's going to stay blustery through the rest of the evening and into the night as this big storm system, the strongest part of it's now to our east, but we're still under the influence of it. Strong low pulling up toward the north. The moisture on the backside of that storm is kicking off some sprinkles and some snow showers over parts of Tennessee and North Mississippi, and it won't be long before some of that is trying to drift all the way down through Cullman and Jasper, Oneonta and Birmingham. I don't expect any major accumulation here, but it would not be out of the question to see a few communities potentially get maybe a little dusting or a fraction of an inch of snow. Some of the higher elevations, Etowah County, Blount, Cullman, northeast of there up toward places like Section and Rainsville and over toward Little River Canyon, just on the north edge of Cherokee County on Lookout Mountain and some of the ridges up there close to Dirt Cellar Mountain. It's possible. I just don't think too many of us are going to get to experience that. The one thing you will get, the wind, and it's not settling down until midday tomorrow. And even then, you're still going to notice a breeze. 2 o'clock in the morning, the wind is out of the west. 4 to 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, still out of the west. Feeling like it's in the low to mid 20s tomorrow morning, down to 32 degrees to start out the day. So if there is any accumulation whatsoever in a few isolated pockets, I think this is going to keep it from being a big deal. The fact that we're not plunging below freezing. 48 degrees tomorrow afternoon. It's going to feel a lot chillier than it has in the last couple of days. Then we fast forward here to Friday where we have more impact weather. Wind gusts, this is probably the one that everybody gets, just like last night. Some strong gusty winds over 40 miles per hour. Some severe thunderstorms are possible. Rain, some, but not quite as much as we had last night for sure. Only about a quarter to 3/4 of an inch of rain. Storm Prediction Center outlining the yellow counties here across Alabama with a slight risk of some severe storms. We'll keep the window right now about 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. We're going to narrow that down to about a 4 or 5 hour window before all is said and done. But that's the basic picture right now is either late morning to early afternoon and ending by early evening. Gusty winds and storms going to last pretty much the entire day long. So showers start moving in Friday morning. Some heavier thunderstorms toward the early part of the afternoon. Back edge of the rain comes through here, and then you look up toward the north. They got another big blizzard going on as cold air starts to come in. And the cold air that arrives for the weekend, think of that as round one. We get our strong storms on Friday, the high at 63. That's as warm as it gets by a long shot for a long time here. Saturday and Sunday are much colder. Monday, we could end up with some potentially wintry weather around here. Rain could mix with some sleet or even change to it with some minor accumulations, even as far south as central Alabama. And then Tuesday just looks bitterly cold. Brittany?
All right, we're